Good evening. My name is Sean Carter, and we're going to be talking about the Allegory of the Cave to the year 2021. For the first question, is it relevant to our year? I'd say it definitely is. In a way, I do believe the Allegory is relevant to our lives today. Some of the examples that I think of are in major media companies. In so many cases, we are kind of conditioned to believe people only what they are saying, and to do our own research. Another example is the typical mold of growing up. There's this idea of doing things one way instead of finding your own path, which I think is really important. The next thing is, do we live in a cave? I don't think we live in a cave. Where reality is constructed by someone else, I do believe that in some aspects we are controlled, but it's an indirect consequence of the way our world has progressed. I think about this question in the sense of like phones and other technology. They were a great invention, but you can be sucked into playing on them for hours. And this goes for computers, iPads. You see it a lot with especially kids nowadays playing a ton on their iPads and not really engaging in kind of the real world at that point. And then we come to the idea of, if we are being controlled, like how are we being controlled? Is it by the internet, public education, and improvements? Or have we killed off the puppeteer? I think it's actually made it worse. If the puppeteer is real, they could use these platforms to push messages they want, and people wouldn't think any different. I find this in a lot of places in life, on what goes on with kind of the daily basis and what improvements, like for example, I think of like Teslas and how they've given the ability to drive hands-free, and that's just one more space where we're not really paying attention and something else is controlling the way we drive. And then to finish off, we got to talk about transparency. I do believe that all of these things that have happened have made our world more transparent. We're able to find out more about what's going on just outside of our social bubble, and especially going on with coronavirus. Like when this first started for me, I was very into being online most of the day to figure out what was going on, how I was being affected, and where to move forward next. And it's important about learning about other worldly issues and how that's super convenient that's all made online. Thank you.